Hello and welcome to Return to Shironagasu Island, a horror mystery adventure visual novel developed by Hyogo Onimushi. I think it's available on Steam and also on Itch.io, I believe. And yeah, it's apparently about going to a secluded island and uncovering its sinister secrets. Guess we'll see what that's all about. Also has like a, cute anime girl, as this like main character on the cover. And apparently it's also been compared to series like Higurashi no Nakakoroni. So, I like Higurashi, so maybe I would like this one. And it is a horror game, so I don't know if there's any content warnings, to be honest. I didn't see anything like that, but I do believe, horrible things happen, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, let's start a new game. Like, I don't know how gory this game is, that's the thing. What's the gore level like? Is it like, ouch, a paper cut? Or is it like a head explodes or something? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Up. Okay. Wake up. If you don't, things will get worse. We're running out of time. The world will be, or this world will be, please wake up, please. Ikeda? Sen Ikeda. Was I dreaming? When did I fall asleep? What a strange dream. I felt as if something was urgent. Maybe I'm just tired. I've been working much too hard. Anyway, I should stop thinking about work. But I shouldn't just nod off at JFK Airport. It's always on the list of the top 10 airports not to fall asleep in. Is that how it works? It's all her fault. Where is she anyway? Hasn't she landed yet? Oh well. Guess I have to go look for her. Okay. So many people. I usually don't like crowds, but I don't mind right now. It feels like I'm the one going on a trip. Yeah, so you can't click on things. So it's kind of like a point and click as well. It's kind of weird though, because yeah, there's no indicator what you can click on. It's just like, kind of like those old school Flash browser games. You just kind of like your mouse cursor changes if you can click on it. It's still sunny today. It's pretty clear for New York at this time of the year. Usually it's so gray and cloudy here. Look at that. Hey, looks like a flight from Japan has landed. I'm pretty sure that she's on this plane. Probably. Can't find her anywhere. I hate this weather only when I don't sleep well. And it's the case today. It's too bright for me now. Yeah, same. My sleep schedule has been constantly ruined every time. Every time, like, I take a nap in the afternoon, and then I'm too awake by evening, and then that ruins my sleep schedule, because then I wake up later, and it's like, it's a continuous cycle of, like, I'm too tired, so I take a nap, and then, it ruins my sleep schedule again. Anyway, she should arrive at gate A, so I'm in the right place. That's the log, I guess, if you accidentally scroll the mouse wheel. What else do you click on? I'm not sure. Now this is going to be kind of annoying maybe, because I actually don't like it when point-and-click adventure games don't make it obvious where you need to like look, basically. Lots of details like that. Hey, perhaps I should look somewhere else. This is going to happen if I only keep searching the same spot. For instance, I could check out the electric signboard as well as other things. I mean, if the time display on this signboard is correct, she should have been here some time ago, though. I wonder what's keeping her. Perhaps she got lost. Ask around. Excuse me. I'm looking for someone. Are you looking for someone? Did you lose your child? I guess you could put it like that. She's very short. I'm not sure what she's wearing though. I'll need more information than that. Does she have any more distinctive features? If she hasn't changed a lot since the last time I met her, she has super long dark hair. It's so long you can spot her a mile away. A girl with super long dark hair. I'm sorry, but that sounds like an anime protagonist, and we're just generic background characters. I don't know anything about that. I've never seen anyone like that at all. Why don't you ask at the information? I guess the info booth? Alright, thanks. The information counter is pretty far away. I don't want to walk. You know, I don't want to walk over there. Where is the information counters over here? I don't see her, huh? What the? The signboard is all messed up. The departures are mixed up. Something's not right. Whoever's in charge of that must be freaking out right now. Heh, sucks to be them. Suddenly the letters start to spell out something. This world is not real? Well, yeah. This is like a video game. You're in the video game right now, Ikeda. No. What's that supposed to mean? Maybe the board has been hacked? The airport should clean up its act. The display went back to normal. No one seems to have noticed it. Is that because it happened so quickly? Seriously, what just happened? Strange things are bound to happen from time to time. Still, this world is not real. What an abstract message. I mean, isn't there like a theory about that? I already forgot what it's called, but you know, it's the virtual world, theory where everything is actually fake. You're all in the video game right now. It is not real. I mean, that's just the plot to Matrix, right, or something. Is there like a movie that came out recently about the Matrix or whatever? I never really watched it, to be honest. I only know about the pop culture references about like Neo dodging bullets. I don't know. Anyway, could have been an accident or a joke, or did I just misread it? There's no way that it was an advertisement. It wouldn't be a place to run advertisements anyway. What could it have been? Anyway, I have to find her. Jeez, what a waste of time. Where is she? Huh? There she is, the distinct anime girl. That super long hair. Finally, I found her. What's your name? Do you speak any English? Which country are you from? Are you with your parents? Yeah, that's funny. English. I believe that this game was translated from Japanese, so I guess everyone technically, canonically speaking Japanese right now. Well, no. Geez, looks like she doesn't speak any English. She looks like a lost kid. I guess I better go to the information. No. Yep, that's her. Looks like she hasn't changed at all. Still the annoyingly long hair. Okay. She's too nervous to notice me. She doesn't realize I'm standing right behind the airport staff. I could stay here a bit and watch this play out for fun, or... sob. Nah, she's about to lose it. Guess I should step in. Hey, Neneko. Huh? Ikeda. Neneko runs away from the airport staff and hides behind me. Are you her guardian and not a random stranger kidnapping her? I'm... Okay. Take it real quick. I don't know. I can give the cheeky answer. Nah, never saw her before in my life. Nope, never saw her. Guess I'll be off. Bye. She just punched me in the back. That hurt. I was just kidding. I'm actually her guardian. My name is Sen Ikeda. I'm a detective in Brooklyn. Okay. Well, actually, none of people are speaking English. I mean, if he's in Brooklyn, then he is speaking. I don't know. It's a little confusing. Maybe she's from... Okay, she's from Japan, and she might not be able to speak English very well or something. Or maybe she was just nervous. I don't know. This girl hiding behind me is called Neneko Izumozaki. I came here to pick her up. May I show my ID? No, that's okay. I can see that she knows you. But you shouldn't leave such a little girl all by herself. Hey, she may look young, but she's already in high school. I mean, I still consider that young, but anyway. I guess by anime standards, once you're in high school, I guess you're already an adult or something. That always seems to be the case in so much anime shows, you know? It's just, the main character is always like, in high school, and suddenly they save the world, or like they kill gods or something. They achieve a lot of things when they're in high school. And any older than that, and then they lose their protagonist status, you know? Once you're over like 16 or whatever, then you just vanish into dust. You don't exist in anime anymore. Anyway, kids in their age can travel by themselves, right? High school. I'm sure had me fooled. Anyways, I'll leave her in your care. Just make sure she doesn't get lost again, alright? The airport staff leaves, looking puzzled. Looks like he thought that Neneko was a little child. I mean, she is. Again, I still think like a teenager is still a little child to me. Anyway, I guess it's all relative. I mean, I remember when I was young, you know, when I was like, I don't know, like 14 or something. Well, I don't know the exact number, but I remember when I thought teenagers, you know, when they were older than me, I thought they were like light years older than me. You know, they were so mature and so cool or whatever. But relatively speaking, these days, it's like actually you're all kids. You know, I just group you all in the same group. You know, you're all just like little children. So, anyway, what kept you? Actually, how would I voice Neneko? I mean, she seems like a shy type, so she's like, I don't know. What kept you, Ikeda? You let poor little me get into trouble. Where the hell were you? Where the hell? Okay, well, she's a little crass as well, so I don't know. I was at the arrival gate this whole time. You're the one who got lost. Besides, you're always boasting that you can speak 20 different languages fluently. What happened? Cat got your tongue? I hate you. You know I'm not good at talking to people directly because I have a communication disorder. No way I could talk to strangers. Okay, she has social anxiety. Ah, that's right. I completely forgot you were so shy. Looks like I forgot about something else as well. Your useless long hair. Anytime you have that cut, doesn't it get in your way? Well, you can't, because she's an anime girl, you know? Typical anime girls have hair this long, you see. I ruffled Neneko's hair. Hey, cut it out. I said cut it out. You keep your beard long too, so stop giving me grief about my hair. Hey, I trim my beard, so it's okay. And my hair cut short as well. I mean, you're a guy, you know, there's gender difference. Anyway, why did you cut your hair this short too, Neneko? I would rather die than have such short hair. By the way, Neneko, did you just see what happened to that signboard? That signboard? Do you think I would notice in that situation? It's not a big deal, but I saw it for just a moment. It said, "This world is not real." I guess that's how I might have hacked it. I didn't see that happen. But this world is not real. That sounds like some kind of simulation hypothesis. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I was mentioning, actually. Yeah, simulation theory or whatever. Simulated world theory. If you didn't see the message, then my eyes were probably playing tricks on me. If that were true, then maybe this was actually a simulation. So I guess that means your brain is floating in a nutrient solution. What a creepy laugh. Anyway, I'm glad you got here safe and sound. Some people in New York would like to meet you, so you should take it slow for now, though. My car is in the parking lot. Let's go to my office and... Hang on, my phone is ringing. Mr. Ikeda? This is Ada Higgins. Hello, Ada. Or Ada? Is it Ada? I'm not sure. How can I help you? Did anything happen? Yes, something terrible has happened. May I ask you to come to my residence? Something delicate that shouldn't be discussed over the phone? Yes, exactly. Please come to my residence and I will tell you about it. Please. I don't think I can trust anyone with this. I really need to do something, but I don't know what to do. Please don't worry. I'm heading your way right now. I'll be there in a bit. What was that call about? It sounded like something really bad has happened. Yes. Apparently something has happened to one of my clients. Anyway, I should drop you off at my office first, but perhaps your special ability might be uniquely suited to this case. What? I have a bad feeling about this. Transition. What does that transition remind me of? Reminds me of like Dragon Ball Z or something. I don't know. It's just a very actions sequence cut. Anyway, so here we are. This is the Higgins Mansion. I didn't agree to come here with you. Come on, Neneko. Don't forget that I'm paying all your expenses while you stay. This is the least you can do for me. If I remember correctly, the main character, or the protagonist anyway, actually, is Ikeda, like the player, the character that we're playing as anyway, from his perspective. He's like, yeah, he's just like a generic dude, middle-aged dude, I think. I forget how old he is, but I'm assuming 30s or something. That's who he is. So you know, he's just stand-in for us, I guess, I assume. I mean, that's how it is in a lot of visual novels, you know. He always plays like generic guy, I feel like. I don't know. It's still a clear sunny day. And NYPD police cars. Something definitely happened here. Okay, so I was wrong, by the way. I thought we were like, you know, kind of like Phoenix Wright, we're like Japan, America, or whatever. But no, we're just in America, I assume. It's just the characters are Japanese, right? I guess because, you know, the game is developed by a Japanese person from a perspective of Japanese characters, even though it's in a different setting. That's not Japan, though. The mansion looks incredible. Yes, what a big house. The 5 towns have been home to many millionaires since the Civil War era. There's a lot of old money from the Civil War era here. I wish they would give me some. Say, give me some of the money. Can I have some of the money? No. There's forest behind the mansion. Could it be part of the estate? If so, this place is massive. I wouldn't mind living in a place like that. Just making sure to miss anything. Click on door? Window? Click on this door? Okay, here we go. Here's the guessing game where I actually need to click on roof, sky, NYPD car again, huh? The police car drove away. Why was that police car here? Do you think the mansion is dangerous? Who knows? Only one way to find out. Let's go inside. You're making me nervous. Okay, so I gotta click on that again. Okay, that's something I have to remember. You gotta click on things multiple times, maybe. That's how the game is programmed, I guess. Okay. Alright, let's go inside. Good afternoon, how may I help you? Hey, long time no see. I heard something happened here. Could you let me in so I can have a look? Oh, Mr. Ikeda. Yes, indeed, something awful has happened. Please come in and follow me. Interesting picture. I will notify Lady Higgins of your arrival. Just a moment, please. Okay, Ada Higgins? Ada Higgins, I guess, is a woman. I wasn't sure Ada. Ada, I think, yeah. Is that a feminine name? I'm not sure. Well, I remember, isn't there like an Ada in like a Resident Evil game or something? Is this room a bit warm? What do you expect? Dressed like that. Do you have any idea what month it is? It's July, for crying out loud. I begin to sweat just by looking at you. It's not what I meant. The room itself feels kind of warm. Now that you mention it, that could be possible. The air conditioner appears to be running fine, though. Perhaps they just let some fresh air in. I wonder why. You know, this room kind of smells of chlorine. It's a bit smelly. Maybe they opened a window to vent chlorine? I'm slowly getting a better picture of what happened here. Huh? What do you mean? What kind of job is this, anyway? Well, I was asked to investigate Roy Higgins, the owner of this mansion. His daughter Ada asked me to do so. Recently, Mr. Higgins has been very afraid of something. It might have been a threat or blackmail. In any case, she asked me to get to the bottom of it. So, what does that have to do with what happened in this room? To be honest, I'm not sure about that yet. Let's examine this room. I'm sure we'll find some clues. Alright. There's this painting. What a creepy painting. Can't say that whoever put it up here has good taste. I agree. That painting spoils the whole room. What's that supposed to be anyway? It's like the Grim Reaper holding like a child, and also a weird lizard thing on the right. I don't know. It definitely creeps me out, but I don't think it has anything to do with what happened here. Just some regular landscape and portrait photos. They don't appear to have anything to do with the current situation. That globe. A desk lamp and a globe are on the desk. There's some pieces of paper. They're just blank. Hey, that's strange. Did you find something? The coffee table has been moved. There are marks in the carpet where the table used to be. It looks like this table has been moved recently. They might have moved it while cleaning. That could be the case, but... Look closer. There's some stains here. This carpet reeks of chlorine. Chlorine, eh? A bookshelf. This doesn't appear to have anything to do with what happened in this room. I don't know why I read that. I don't know. I always try to give slightly distinct voices to the characters, but I read that as like Neneko for some reason. So chlorine, by the way, I mean, it's used to like clean off stains, right? And my first thought, you know, since this is a mystery adventure game, probably blood, and trying to wipe up some blood or something. I don't know. This room is at the north of the mansion, so the sunlight is not so strong here. Perhaps this window was open a while ago. It's quite humid outside. I'm slowly beginning to understand what has happened here. Everything has been neatly put back into its place, except for this chair. Really? I think it's normal. I don't think anyone with such unrefined senses as you would have noticed, Neneko. You piece of shit. Fuck you. Looks like my deductive skills were correct. What do you mean? Don't tell me that a self-professed genius like yourself has overlooked something. Based on the situation, what conclusion can be reached? You piece of... Well, how are the smell of chlorine and the fact that the chairs were moved connected? Alright, I'll spell it out for you. As the main character, I will use the power of exposition to explain everything to you and therefore explain it to the player as well. Examining the clues inside this room, I say that it's I don't know. Okay. I don't know if this choice matters. We're still in the prologue, right? So there's like little silly choices, but they don't do anything. I mean, as far as I know, I don't know. I mean, a lot of visual novels do sometimes have this thing where, like, you pick certain choices, you get a particular different ending, you know? I don't like that kind of design, though, only because it's annoying to go back and forth, like, you know? Because once you get a particular ending, you go all the way back, and you're gonna, like, skip so much dialogue to get to the point where you were before, just to get a different ending, but anyway. I mean, a locked room murder, I mean, that's a classic, right? But I don't know if the rooms are locked necessarily. There's also suicide by hanging. Yeah, I could see that. You see, because this thing's at the top of here, chair's been moved, the table's been moved. If we pretend the table isn't there, and you see the chair under there, I mean, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably hanging. If I had to guess, I'll pick that. It has to be suicide by hanging. All the clues point to it. Someone moved the coffee table, placed a chair on top of it, hung a rope from the chandelier, and hanged himself. Probably the chlorine smell comes from cleaning up the mess. They opened the window to get rid of the smell just before we came in. Suicide by hanging? What? Why did your client have us come to a place with such bad vibes? This makes no sense at all. Bad vibes. Maybe it's precisely why we were here. She expressly asked us to come here because she hoped we would discover something. I wonder what she's looking for. I don't feel so well. Can I get out of this horrible place? There you are. Hello, Miss Ada. As always, introverted Neneko hides behind my back. Oh no. Human beings. Other human beings. My apologies for calling you out of the blue. No problem at all. Ada looks pale. I mean, she's Caucasian. No, I can tell that she's quite upset because she even doesn't react to Neneko's weird behavior. I couldn't help but overhear. Well, that's embarrassing. Did you overhear what we were talking about just now? I'm sorry for being so insensitive. No, you were spot on. My father died by hanging in his room. Considering the situation, it undoubtedly was a suicide. I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you still wish me to continue my investigation? Since your father has passed away, there may not be any point to it now. Yes, please continue your investigation, Mr. Ikeda. I want to know what could have driven my father to take his own life. I want to know the truth, even if it hurts me. Alright, in that case, I'll continue the investigation and also extending my salary. I'm gonna get paid for this. I believe that someone was blackmailing my father. If there's any evidence we can find in this room, I don't think my father would hide it anywhere else. Well, it depends on where. I mean, I think we're a private detective, but I'm not entirely sure. I think in the store page it did mention, again, the main characters and everything. I think he was like a private detective. I'm not sure. We could be also just a police detective. If we're a police detective, you know, we're not like, we're being paid by the... by the police force, not by our client. Anyway, sorry, let's just drink some water. I see, the evidence is hidden in this study. As I expected, I need your abilities, Neneko. Huh? What's this all of a sudden? I take an envelope from my pocket and spread a bunch of pictures out on the desk. There are photos of this study which were taken with Miss Ada's permission previously. In other words, these photos were taken before her father committed suicide. I want you to memorize all details. And just why would I? Fine, I'll take a look. Mumbling angrily, Neneko looks at the photos. Mr. Ikeda, something is bothering me as well. What is it? Please tell me anything. No matter how trivial it may seem, any details may be helpful. A few days ago, I saw my father was having a bad dream when he was dozing in his room. I couldn't make out what he was saying, but he was muttering deliriously in his sleep. Delirious? I believe he said something like, "Be careful of our organs." Organs? Do you think he was talking to you? No. He sounded different than when he would speak to me. He spoke with an aggressive tone of voice as if he was looking down on someone. I never heard him speak like that before. Be careful of our organs. What could that mean? I'm done looking at the photos. That was fast. Alright, Neneko, let's get to work. Compare the photos of the study as it is now and see if you can find any differences. Differences? Do you expect to find anything here? As Miss Ada said, your father might have hidden something in his study. You might be able to find something like a threatening letter or a testament. I don't think I'll be able to find anything like that. What a pain. Mendokse. Neneko starts looking around the study even though she's still complaining. What is she doing? Please watch her. Neneko has a photographic memory. Once she has seen something, she can remember it later perfectly. Holographic memory. Yes, I hope to use her ability to discover what might have changed in this room. Okay, that's her special ability. She just has photographic memory. I mean, can't you just use the photographs yourself? Can't you just, you know, you play a little spot the differences, little mini game. You know? You look at the photos, just look at the room. I don't know. Hey, don't put me under more pressure. Anyway, let me know if something catches your eye, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Okay. What about this painting? What about this painting? I don't think it's been moved. Creeps me out, though. Hey, don't say that in front of Miss Ada. Oh, she's right. I really don't like it either. How long has this painting been here? It's been here for as long as I can remember. I don't really know where it came from. I see. What is this painting even about? A skeleton Maria holding a dead child? And what is this snake-like creature on the right? A cookie-cutter shark. Huh? What did you say? As I said, it's a cookie-cutter shark. A species of squaliform shark in the Delatidae. I don't know how to say that. Delatidae family. Its scientific name is Isidis brasilinus. A gross deep-sea fish which bores into the flesh of its prey with incredibly sharp teeth. A cookie-cutter shark, huh? Why would anyone paint that? Okay, so her special ability... Okay, on top of the photographic memory, I guess she's just very smart. She can memorize so many things. She's basically copying and pasting whenever she does an exam in school. You know, she just gets A+ because she can just copy and paste it from her brain. Maybe. Is the idea. What about these photos? I don't think they were moved. Not even a little bit. So there's nothing there. Has anything changed on the desk? Well, let me see. On the photos, the American continent was at the front of the globe, or the American one, but is now showing the Pacific Ocean. Is it now showing the Pacific Ocean? I wonder if that means anything. I guess it was moved a little bit. What else has changed? One of the papers on the desk has been ripped. The pens have been moved as well. Could he have written a suicide note? But if he did, why haven't we found it yet? Nothing unusual about that. But the books. What about this bookshelf? Bookshelves are great hiding places. I don't think there's anything strange about it. Anything strange about this window? Not really. The curtain has been moved, but I don't think it matters. Nothing appears to be hidden there. What about the coffee table and the carpet? It is obvious that they've been moved a lot. There's nothing hidden underneath the carpet. Nothing here. What about the chandelier? The chandelier? Well, it's a bit bent, but not unexpected considering that someone just hanged themselves from it. I guess you're right. Nothing appears to be hidden there. Even I can see that the chair has been moved, but it doesn't look like anything is hidden inside it. Nothing else? Curtains? Something about the bookshelf is bothering me, though. It's probably nothing. You should look somewhere else. Okay. Look closely. A white triangle has been painted between the shark and the skeleton. A triangle? Freemason? Do Illuminati? I guess there is a little bit right there. I doubt there's any connection. Still a triangle. It looks like a mountain. No. More like an island? Hey, I don't think there's anything strange about this painting. Shall we look somewhere else? Yeah, you're right. I look at the bookshelf again. Hey, what's up? I just noticed something. In the bookshelf, the fourth volume of Shakespeare's complete works has been moved just a little bit. I look at the book Neneko indicated. I compare it with the photos I took, but don't see any differences. Are you sure that this book has really been moved? It looks exactly the same to me. You really can't tell the difference. You're such a hopeless cause. Amateur hour. Okay. It's like weird, like cute bullying. I don't know. You little brat. It's a piece of cake for a gifted prodigy like me, though. Too bad an amateur like you could have never spotted this. You goose detective. Life must be hard for you. Being such a hopeless cause. Shall I give you some of my loose change? Enough of the grandstanding. Just give me that book. Alright, alright. I can't reach it. Let me do it. I take the fourth volume of Shakespeare's complete works. Somehow the book falls into Neneko's head as if it's pulled out of my hand by a mysterious power. What's going on? Is that as if there's an act of God? Ah. Oopsies. Sorry, slipped. You did it on purpose. Definitely on purpose. That's gonna leave a bump on my head. I can feel it already swelling, you idiot. Die already, I'll sue you. I mean, you know, her head is pretty precious. You need her ability, right? If she takes too many concussions, it's gonna affect her ability to work on the case. Huh? Something fell off the bookshelf. An envelope and a note? Hey, looks like we found what we were looking for. It's Mr. Higgins' suicide note. I'm afraid that I can no longer live with myself. I will have to atone for my sins. What I did on Shironagasu Island is unforgivable. If I had only not looked to that scene, I might not have been tormented by these feelings of guilt. However, it is already too late for that. In a matter of speaking, because of what I know and allowed, I, myself, have become the demon of Shironagasu Island. Ada, please believe me. I did what I had to. I deeply regret my actions, but I do not regret their outcome. Please, forgive me. Roy Higgins, July 23rd. 20XX. Considering the signature and date, this is definitely his suicide note. Shironagasu Island. I've never heard of that island before. Guess what we're gonna do for the rest of the game? Because this game is called Return to Shironagasu Island. You know, it's in the title. Very strange. Shironagasu is a Japanese word. It means blue whale in English. The scientific name is Balanotricerapa musculus or something. I don't know how to say the science names. But instead of writing blue whale, he used the Japanese name Shironagasu. That's definitely strange. What about the other envelope? Could it be a blackmail letter? Dear Mr. Higgins, there's been serious concerns about the matter we discussed. A flight in the ship from Unalaska have been arranged. You can find a check of $10,000 for expenses and clothes. If for any reason you yourself cannot come, you may appoint a representative instead. In that case, the representative must be a person you can fully trust, such as a relative. Please see the attachment for the schedule. Keep this confidential. Failure to appear will have severe consequences. Further details will be given upon arrival in Shironagasu Island. Awaiting your arrival, Dan Raymond, Administrator of Shironagasu Island. It's a rather simple letter, typed on a typewriter. There's a signature at the bottom. It only contains basic information of some itemized writing. A typewriter, you say? I mean, those are, you know, kind of extinct these days. So I wonder when this game takes place, actually. I joke like 20XX, but maybe it's older than that, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just they wanted to be fancy, and so they used a typewriter, I don't know. Yeah. There's also an envelope containing a flight ticket and a check for $10,000. Well, there's my payment, bye-bye! And I just leave, and I spend all that money on anime gacha. Woo! That's strange. It's not blackmail, but an invitation. Could this letter have led him to commit suicide? That's certainly a strange letter. This person provided $10,000 for expenses, which makes it even creepier. Serious concerns about the matter we discussed. Perhaps this led him to commit suicide. It might be related to something happened in the past, self-protection, money, or... I suddenly remember that Miss Ada is still here and I shut my mouth. I pretend to cough and hand her the letter. Looks like I need to ask her a few questions. Ah yes, the old detective mystery thing where we ask people questions in an orderly manner, starting from the first choice. About Sir Raymond. Miss Ada, do you know this Sir Raymond? No, I don't. He might have been one of my father's friends. I don't recall my father mentioning his name before, though. I see. A secret acquaintance. About Shironagasu Island. Oh, I'm saying that right. Shironagasu Island? Have you ever heard about Shironagasu Island? No, I've never heard of it. It's a strange name. I would have remembered if I had heard it before. I see. The letter mentions a place called Unalaska. I believe it's suited to the Aleutian, is that what I say? Aleutian Islands? Perhaps Shironagasu Island is close by. Oh, well, I picked all the options. Do I just pick it again? Is this like, again, a weird game design where you had to click on the same thing twice? I feel like. I'm afraid I don't know anything about him. Well, do you know anything about the Aleutian Islands? For instance, has your father been there in the past? The Aleutian Islands. My father occasionally went fishing in Anchorage in Alaska. It was his hobby. If he went all the way to Anchorage, he must have taken long vacations. Yes, he was usually gone for 2 or 3 weeks. Is it possible that he pretended to go fishing and actually went to the island instead? What's the matter? I'm not sure about this because this happened when I was very young. I remember going with him to a very dreary island a long time ago. Could that have been Shironagasu Island? So you may have been there. That is definitely interesting information. Shironagasu Island. I suddenly think about that globe. The globe that was moved. Perhaps it showed the Aleutian Islands instead of the Pacific Ocean. Shironagasu Island has to be somewhere around there. Or maybe that eerie painting also gives a clue about where it is. There has to be something on that island. Something so terrifying that it could drive a millionaire to suicide. Yes, because as we know, millionaires are immune to all forms of fear, you know? Usually, I guess. I mean, I guess the only thing they don't fear is like, you know, lack of money, but anyway. Huh? What's the matter? There appears to be something inside that book. Is it stuck to it? Has it been glued? Ah, yes. More money? It's a credit card? Alright, here, that's my next payment. Bye-bye, that's it. You know, I don't go to the island. I just spend all the money on the credit card and leave. What is this? A card with an IC chip on it? Doesn't look like a credit card, though. Okay, it doesn't. Well, I mean, it does look like a credit card, though. But I guess it's not. I mean, it says right here, security cards. Quarantine level 2. Quarantine. That doesn't sound very friendly. What kind of card is this? Maybe it's a video rental membership card? Yo, Blockbuster? Is that... Again, I feel like this game... well, the game actually... Again, I think the game came out 2020, but... Well, no, I don't know when it was, like, originally made. I wasn't sure, like... Because I know the English version was available in 2020. You know, in real life. But at the very least, I think the setting, you know, is definitely older. I'm not sure, though. I just remember... I'm not sure when Blockbuster... you know, went out of business, but I just know that it did, right? Because nobody rented videos anymore. Well, you know, whenever I went to Blockbuster, it was to rent video games, actually. That's what I did. I rented, like, video games and just... Well, not really speed run, but I kind of speed ran it through it, you know? Play as fast as I can, so then I beat the game and then return it, right? That's what I always did. Anyway. Yeah, right. Miss Ada, could I borrow this card? I want to find out more about it. Yes, of course. Go ahead. I got the card and put it in my inventory that I can't actually see. Because there is no indication of the UI where I can actually see my inventory. So does it really matter that the game told us that it's in the inventory? I don't know. I have a request, Mr. Ikeda. Could I ask you to go to that island and uncover the truth about my father? I will give you these $10,000. I beg you, I have to know the truth. I was gonna keep the money anyway, but that's not an easy task. I really want to help you. However, I would need to pretend that I am one of your father's relatives. However, being Asian, you know, I'm just so Asian, I guess. I don't think they would believe me. I mean, I don't know. You can like pretend to be like half, you know, like half Asian, I guess. You know, there was like there was an American on one side of the family. There was a Japanese person on the other side. You know, that's how genetics work, right? Yeah. I don't think that I would be received with open arms. A Caucasian male would be better at pretending to be a relative of your father. I think I know just the right person for the job. Allow me to introduce him to you. No, I will let you to do it instead. Looks like she trusts only you. Why don't you agree to help her? You have nothing else going on right now anyway, right? You talk too much. I'm trying to think of a way to make this work. Perhaps I could pretend to be your wife. Yes, the old like high school comedic situation where a friend becomes or pretends to be your girlfriend, but then the two characters actually end up, you know, liking each other. But anyway. Also, I'm a little thirsty. I'm drinking my water. Huh? What? Nani? So I pretend to be your husband? Yes, exactly. Due to my poor health, I don't often show my face in high society, so I don't think there'll be any doubts if you pretend to be my husband. You could show them a photo of us together. What do you think? Yes, that might actually work. I'm not sure if they will trust me, but it will be better than asking a complete stranger. I don't think there will be any reason for them to turn me down then. Wait a minute. If you're going to that island, what about me? You'll be staying here, of course, as a house sitter. You get to live in this mansion for a little bit. House sitter? Well, you told me that your neighborhood's full of weirdos. Just the thought of being surrounded by crazy people when I'm by myself gives me the chills. Hey, you make it sound as if I'm a weirdo myself. I take back what I suggested. You should stay here with me. Sorry, I've already made up my mind. Mr. Ikeda, do you mean... However, I have one condition. Do not make your father's death public until we get back. If that would leak out, they will not trust me. I understand. Very well, I promise. Alright. It's time for me to go. To Shironagasu Island! Yeah! And the theme song plays. No, please don't go. You can't. No, we have to. I mean, I don't know if she doesn't want to stay in the big mansion, probably with a bunch of security guards. It's like very well protected. But then again, you know, someone died, you know, very recently in the mansion. So I guess it would be pretty spooky. And also you have to hide that fact, so maybe there won't be a lot of like I guess servants or employees, you know, around. Because they don't want to like leak the fact that someone died, maybe. Anyway. The Bering Sea is extremely rough. Bering? I don't know my oceans. The Bering Sea, is that really a bone-chilling wind is roaring, and the Black Sea is swirling under a cloudy sky. Even though it is July, it feels like it's freezing. Occasionally, the tips of the waves that hit the hull splash onto the deck. The Aleutian Islands only have around 10 days of clear weather each year. Most of the time, it's cloudy or storms. It's hard to believe that this is summer weather. How much worse would winter be? I don't even want to think about it. A week after I visited the Higgins Mansion... I can't speak. A week after I visited the Higgins Mansion, I flew from New York to Unalaska with a Seattle transfer. The ship set sail from Alaska and is now on its way to Shironagasu Island. It's about the same size as a ferry for hundreds of passengers, a 3,000-ton class luxury passenger ship. It's mind-boggling that this is a private ship. You know, rich people in general are mind-boggling. I try to use my GPS. I can't get it to work. I can't seem to find any satellite radio waves. Perhaps there's a GPS jammer or something like that on this ship. I guess they don't really want anyone to find out where the island is located. Very suspicious. Very sus. I should be on my toes. Things will absolutely get ugly if they found out who I really am. I should also keep in mind that someone might try to harm me. Anyway, I should head back inside. I'll catch a cold if I stay out here. Yeah. Cool jazz, I guess, or smooth jazz? What do you call it? I don't know. Ew, it's much warmer inside than on the deck. And what's that pile of seaweed, you know, on the sofa, by the way, with like an arm sticking out? I don't know. Can't believe that this is summer weather here. This weather is seriously messing with my senses. It's the first thing I noticed. Yeah, look around first, though. I don't see any other passengers. They're probably in another lounge or their own private cabins. All these areas look the same. Also, the artist didn't want to, you know, draw too many characters because they were, you know, they were lazy. So no. Or perhaps they're trying to avoid contact with the other passengers. There's even a piano. Too bad I don't know how to play it. Wow, there's even a bar. There's no bartenders, so I guess it'll have to be self-service. I might have a drink later. The weather outside is frightful. Very, very frightful. It's dark on deck, but the lighting inside makes the ship interior nice and bright. If it wasn't for the shaking, you could mistake this for a hotel. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, fine. I'll click on the seaweed. Huh? Looks like some kelp ended up inside the ship. Probably because of the stormy weather. There must be 1 or 2 pieces of kelp there. Nothing strange about it. Nothing strange. Oh, yeah. What the? Did the kelp just say something? Maybe I'm just imagining things. I must be exhausted. I could have sworn that kelp was talking. I keep hearing groans coming from the kelp. Okay. Nothing else? I might have to throw up if I do, though. The ship is rocking back and forth. Oh, because if he drinks, I guess. It's seasick. Yeah, I should look outside. I might get seasick otherwise. You know, I've never been on a ship. You know, kind of like, I don't know, I have this thing. I mean, just in general, I don't really, like, travel anywhere, really. I don't really care to. In general, I guess. I don't know, I just never felt the need to. Everyone always talks about... Everyone else, well, not literally everyone else, but a lot of people that I seem to interact with, they always... you know, mention like traveling abroad and things like that, and I'm like, that's okay. You know, I get all the culture I need by looking stuff up on the internet. You know, I don't know. Yeah. But I've never been on a ship. I've never been on a plane, or whatever. Fun fact about ships, though, you know, private ships, like big ships like these, are the best time to kill someone because it's really hard for authorities to figure out, you know, the cause of death if you just murder someone on the ship. So that's partially why I will never be on a ship, you know. Also, I was gonna say, oh yeah, well, initially what I wanted to say is like, I actually don't know if I would get seasick or not. I've never been on a ship anyway. I didn't want to like jump to the murder part so soon, but I mean, this is a murder mystery game. Oh well, actually, I don't know if there's gonna be murder. Actually, it is just mystery game. I'm not sure if there is murder yet, but you know, that's where my head is at right now. You know, I'm just thinking about like, I don't know, something's gonna happen. That's a big piece of kelp. I don't think I can make a good soup base with it though. Ikeda, I'll kill you! Ouch! Stop kicking me. I'm on the verge of death, and all you do is make fun of me. Okay, it was just Neneko. Her hair was green because, you know, Ikeda is just imagining it as green. Stop exaggerating, you're just seasick. Come to think of it, I don't remember asking you to tag along in the first place. Didn't I tell you to stay in New York? I'm already starting to regret that I followed you. Good grief, yada yada. Okay, listen up. I'm Taro Higgins, the son-in-law of Roy Higgins. You have to pretend that to be my younger sister. Got it? Aren't you overdoing it? Why are you using a fake name? Better or worse, my real name is too well known in New York. Someone might figure out who I am if they hear my real name. It's just so famous, I guess. So I have to be careful. You're so full of yourself. Hey, I'm not taking any chances, alright? We have to be careful. Yeah. You told me that several times already. Be a good girl then. Hey, are you okay? She's dying. Literally dying. No, she kind of reminds me of, that character from Watamote. whatever. It's your guy's fault that I'm not popular or whatever. You're having a rough, aren't you? Of course, you idiot. Wipe the drool from your face before you talk. It's grossing me out. I don't know why you have this zoomed-in CG on her, though. You know, I don't know what the developers' tastes are, but I'm just zooming in on her while she's like sick and about to vomit all in your face. Too exhausted to wipe it. Hair? The hair is such a mess. Is she trying to set a record? Come to think of it, it doesn't look like hell. It smells like it too. Why are we sniffing her hair? This is weird. Were you just having a private joke at my expense? What? No, of course not. She does look blue in the face. Eh, she'll be fine. Okay. Her hair is actually pretty, but she just hasn't taken much care of it. Perhaps she just doesn't leave her house much? Did we click on her boobs? I mean, oh my god. What? This game. What's the matter? You just grab my boobs? I have to progress the dialogue. I don't know why. Okay, whatever. Are you kidding me? I would never do such a thing. You're imagining things. Oh, really? I would sue you to death if you did. Okay. Well, I got achievement. Look, I had to, like, I didn't know how to progress. I don't know if that was actually necessary, to be honest. But, I mean... Anyway. Game. Anything else, though? Her belly? I guess we're clicking her belly. This is a weird... This just turned to, like, a weird fetish game. Did I download the right game? I think this is the right game. I can see your belly. So, it's just my belly. You could catch a code. Yeah. Such a tomboy. Is she? I don't know. You know, Japanese culture does have different standards, though, when it comes to gender. Very strict when it comes to what's considered feminine, masculine, I guess. Also, again, the setting might be older, too. But I wouldn't call her a tomboy, you know? This is just a typical anime girl. Really. Maybe the translation is different, you know? The translation is like, it's more not like tomboy, more like unladylike, I guess. It's more like it. I don't want to click on her boobs again. It's weird. He's in high school. I guess, I don't know. Is there some kelp stuck in there? What? That just sounds very nasty. No, you're just imagining things. I'm only asking you're feeling okay. You're just shady as always. You alright, kelp? I mean, Neneko? If you ever tease me again, I'll skin you alive. What's with you all of a sudden? I'll eat your liver with some fava beans and a nice... how you say that? Chianti? Yes. How can you say such terrible things to someone you always looked up to? Why don't you throw up whatever's floating around inside your stomach? I'm sure that will make you feel a bit better. Can I throw up here? No way. Hang on, let me get a bucket. This is about to leave. 2 passengers appear. Alright. I was gonna say, again, like, I don't want to touch it, but she's in high school, but, you know, it's strange. Like, in Japanese, I believe in Japan, I don't know, it depends on the prefecture. I mean, I believe the age of consent is 18. But a lot of the times, you know, in video games or whatever, it's like 16 or whatever. I don't know, I'm just gonna assume she's 18. But still doesn't make it okay, though. You know, it's still weird. We're, like, way older than her anyway. I don't want to think about it. Neneko immediately switches back to pretending to be a kelp. Okay, other anime girls. Which is funny, because, you know, these anime girls are not drawn as good as her. But I guess we were at the CG. You know, the CG is when the artist makes it all nice and fancy, I guess. Comparatively to just the sprites, though, the sprites are not as good, I feel like. I don't know, there's some weird, like... I'm not sure what it is, but... something to do with the shading or something, but it just doesn't look as, you know, as, I don't know what the word is. As good, I guess? As, like, professional, but anyway. Oh, I don't believe we've met. My name is Akira Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Prosecutor Edgeworth? It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. This is my attendant, Giselle Reed. The pleasure is all mine. I'm Taro Higgins. Roy Higgins' son-in-law and Ada Higgins' husband. Akira Edgeworth, huh? Edgeworth? But there's no E. That's the spelling. Guessing from her name, I'd say that she's probably Scottish. Or maybe that's how you spell it? I'm not sure. Scottish, eh? Does she have a Scottish accent? I can't do Scottish. I can't do accents in general. so I'm probably not going to do a Scottish accent. She's rather young, about the same age as Neneko. Her tenant Giselle, though, I'm not so sure where she's from. Perhaps she's biracial, I guess. You know, as soon as you see someone with slightly darker skin in a Japanese anime, any type of Japanese media, you know, you just assume, I guess, something about them. I don't know. I mean, it is true, again, you know, in the context of Japan, at least, you know, widespread Japanese culture, but not widespread, what do you call it? I'm not entirely sure. You know, Japanese society in general, you know, the ratio of, like, basically just Japanese people, you know, is really high, so you don't see a lot of people from other countries all that often, so anyway. I see. You're a relative of Mr. Higgins. I'm not sure. I mean, she just seems like maybe. I mean, she's the. I don't know. I don't know who she is actually. Is she the owner of this ship, or maybe she's just one of the participants? Maybe. I say participants. I don't know where we're going. We're going to the island to do something, but. I guess I don't know. I assume she's rich as well. She's like a snobby rich girl. Like, I see. Your relative, Mr. Higgins, has been chatting about you on the grapevine. A pleasure to meet you. Akira looks at me attentively. She appears to be suspicious of me. I'm sure my cover would have been blown if I hadn't spread some false rumors in advance. What do you know about the island? Why didn't Mr. Higgins come himself? My father-in-law has been under the weather recently, and also under, you know, the ground, as in 6 feet under. That's why he asked me to go instead. You said I'm trustworthy enough, or should I say that he didn't entrust this to anyone else? The wealthy have many enemies. You understand that, don't you? Yes, of course. It appears that my father has a lot of enemies. Despite his terminal illness, he still hangs his position in honor. It's quite absurd. Young lady, we should not discuss this matter any further. Yes, you're right. I'm afraid I've said too much already. I do hope that Mr. Higgins will recover soon. Thank you. I'll be sure to mention that to him upon my return. I wish you a pleasant day. Ew. Oh, I almost forgot. Allow me to give you a piece of advice. Advice? Akira draws closer and whispers in my ear. Don't stick your nose too deep into things if you don't know about the island. It could seriously impact your life expectancy. What's that supposed to mean? I mean exactly what I said. Don't go snipping around too much if you value your life, that is. Take care of yourself, Mr. Taro Higgins. Akira smiles and walks away. Oh boy, I was certain she saw right through me. What a nasty girl. You startled me there. I had completely forgotten about you. She had a bad attitude. Watch your back around here. No need to tell me, I'm always careful. Hey, do you feel any better now? Are you listening? I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh no. Oh, and then another one. Are you alright? Do you need to throw up? A woman appears out of nowhere and touches Neneko's back. Neneko isn't used to being touched. Startled, she jumps up. I'm sorry, you don't like being touched, do you? Neneko suddenly reminds me of a beached whale. She kicks my leg several times. I think she's trying to ask me to step in. Don't worry about her, she's not really a people person. She was just startled when you touched her. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do so. Are you her relative? I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Rael Bextor. I say that. Rael Bextor. I'm Taro Higgins. This is my sister, Neneko Izumozaki. I guess, Izumozaki. Mr. Higgins and multi-millionaire. It's a pleasure to meet you. No, I'm just his son-in-law. Would you happen to have a bag or something similar that I could use? I believe my darling sister is about to throw up. Will a plastic bag do? I also have some motion sickness pills. Maybe she should empty her stomach first. Here, Neneko, take this plastic bag. Ryo gives Neneko a plastic bag. She then starts rubbing Neneko's back, totally forgetting what I told her a minute ago. Neneko doesn't seem to react this time, probably because she's too preoccupied on vomiting her stomach out. Blah, blah. You're used to this, aren't you? Are you a doctor or a nurse? Well, how'd you know? You're right. You have a keen eye. I work as an internist at a small hospital in Washington. I'm impressed you could have figured that out. Are you a detective? No, I'm just a regular white-collar worker, doing all regular old white-collar things. Yep. She's surprisingly perspective? No, perceptive. Anyway, it's nice to finally see some friendly faces. This may sound rude, but almost everyone else on the ship is quite standoffish. Were you invited to come here? Haha, no. My uncle was invited to come on this trip. However, he suddenly became ill, so I came on his behalf instead. He told me that all travel and accommodation costs were taken care of, and that I'd be staying at the same famous Sir Raymond's Louis Associé mansion. Associé? My uncle is usually a cheapskate, but he was surprisingly generous this time. Unusually so. Suspicious. Huh? Did you receive $10,000? $10,000? What are you talking about? No, forget about it. So she didn't receive any money for expenses. Oh, now I'm becoming curious. Could I ask you a few questions? Yes, of course. I hope I can answer them. Say it again. What is Louis Associé? What is Associé? What is this Louis Associé that you mentioned? Is it like association, or is it? I'm not sure what the word associate just is weird to me for some reason. Hey, what's up, Cacto? Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, the time recording this, it is the New Year. On YouTube though, because I have to be cognizant of this, I guess. But like on YouTube, it probably won't come out until a bit later. But anyway, don't you know Louis Associé is the name of the mansion and guest house built by Sir Raymond? Yes, I heard about it, but it totally slipped my mind. It's rumored to be like a 5-star hotel on an island in the middle of the ocean. Wow, that sounds great. What about the origins of the island? Do you know anything about the origins of Shironagasu Island? The origins of Shironagasu Island? I'm pretty sure I heard that the name is Japanese. Japanese. Of course, I know it's Japanese. Of course, I forgot that you're Japanese. Do you know what Shironagasu means? Well, Shironagasu is a Japanese name of a whale species, but I'm not sure why the island was named after it. Shiro means white, and Nagasu means long and tall. It might be called that because it's large and mostly white when seen from the ocean. Barf barf. What she just said. So it's a whale species. Are you feeling any better, Neneko? Do you need to vomit again? Oh. Anything else? I don't know what Shironagasu Island is like because I've never been there. Perhaps you ask the other passengers. Yes, I guess you're right. Well, Sir Raymond. I haven't met Sir Raymond yet. What about you, Rayo? Have you ever met him? No, I haven't. He's an extremely wealthy and powerful person who belongs to the upper echelons of society. Simply the thought of meeting someone like him is quite intimidating. I'm just a regular person. I see. I'm sure that rich people have their own rich people problems, though. I guess rich people problems. Rich people problems is like how much money should I spend? No, actually, I don't care about that because I spend all of the money because I'm so rich. That doesn't matter. Anyway, about Sir Raymond. What is Sir Raymond like? To be honest, I didn't know much about wealthy people. Are you really saying you never heard about Sir Raymond? Okay, I suddenly hear a man's voice. Sir Raymond comes from a family of aristocrats. He has made most of his enormous wealth through the development of North Sea and oil fields. He is amiable, but also has a mysterious side of him. Okay, so random dudes came in. A man wearing a white suit who reeks of alcohol appears. He probably had a few too many. Sorry for being late to the party. I'm Jacob Rutland. And you are? Rail Baxter. Sarah Higgins. Higgins. The man who managed to win the heart of Higgins' only daughter. Eventually, his enormous fortune will become yours, am I right? I have to admit that you've done very well for yourself. It's not like that. I wasn't in it for the money. Heh, whatever you say. So, this is for our first time to Shironagasu Island. Indeed. Do you know anything about the origins of this island's name? Rail and I were talking about it. I don't know if I'm saying that right, by the way. Rail? I'm saying Rail. Why is it called that? What a boring thing to talk about. Fierce battles once raged between the United States and Japan on the Aleutian Islands. Apparently, when the Japanese saw the island, they thought it looked like a whale, so they named it Shironagasu Island. Of course, the island has its own name, but that is kept secret. Sir Raymond is a cautious man. But who cares what the real name of the island is? I could care less about such trivia. I see. It really was named after a whale. Were you really appointed as Higgins' representative? I'm not sure I believe you. You don't look and act like an aristocrat. You did manage to gain Higgins' favor, so at least you don't lack the motivation. How did you learn about the island, and what do you know about it? Why are you really here? Don't tell me that you came just because of that boring letter. Blood or flesh? Which are you looking for in that island? Blood? Flesh? What? I mean, we can try to lie and blend in and be like, yes, I totally know what you're talking about. Or we could just like, what are you talking about? You know, we could just ask that. Sure. What are you talking about? Don't you understand what I mean? Are you really here on behalf of Higgins? If you try to trick us, you won't come back from the island alive. My dear fellow, there you are, Jacob. I've been looking all over for you, says another random person. I don't know. Okay, this guy. A bespectacled obese man appears, alright? I don't know. He's a little overweight, I guess. I wouldn't say he's obese. You know, I've seen what obese looks like. That doesn't look like obese to me, but I don't know. You know, he's just big bone. His hemp suit looks tailor-made. I seriously doubt there are any store-bought clothes his size. He doesn't look that big. Come on, developer, an artist or whatever. Is the developer the same as the artist? I assume so. Actually, I think the person who programmed the game is the same person who also drew everything. I think I'm not entirely sure. Anyway. The man looks like Jacob in a furtive manner. What is it, Thomas? Don't interrupt me now. I'm having an important conversation with this gentleman. But you still have to tell me about it. About your huge win at the casino in Macau. Please, Jacob. Macau. Oh yes, I almost forgot about that. Alright, come with me. I'll tell you all about it over a few drinks. Mr. Higgins, you have to excuse me. Let's continue our conversation soon. You understand what I was talking about when we get to the island. I won't spoil all the fun. Jacob ends our conversation and leaves with Thomas. Too bad. I almost learned about the island, or learned more about the island. Thomas definitely knows more than he's letting on. He tried to interrupt my conversation with Jacob on purpose. What a boisterous person. I don't think I'll be able to get along with him. I run into people like him all the time. Looks like Neneko just emptied her entire stomach. From the look of it, she ate the large cake platter before sneaking onto the ship. And is that corn? She's probably trying to keep it all inside while Jacob and Thomas were here. Are you okay, Neneko? I'll bring you some water. Blood or flesh? Mr. Higgins was talking about organs. Does that have anything to do with this? This is really vague. I have no idea what they're keeping hidden in the island. I wonder what it is. You know, it's probably rich people things, you know? I don't know. My first thought is like human trafficking. That's my first thought. But I need to uncover the truth about Shironagasu Island. Blarp. More barfing. Blarp. She's barfing all the time. That's her character trait, by the way. She just barfing. That's all she does the rest of the game.